So this is Lara Kozan, and she was my business coach. And so we wanted to do a shout out to all the business coaches out there for the difference that they're making in everybody's lives. And so I want to share some stories with you about the difference that having you in my life made. But I want to start by just asking you, why do you think people need a coach?
Why do I think people need a coach? So I've always had a coach in all businesses that I've ever started. I've had a coach. And the one thing that I would attribute is that you get there, you get further and you get faster.
Further, faster. Ooh,
so
I like that.
You could do it on your own, but you would have to do all the education. You'd have to do all those pieces on your own. And why not have the support, especially for entrepreneurs who usually want to get there, get further, and they want to get faster and the results quicker. Yeah. So it's just leaning on someone's confidence, leaning on someone's expertise and their experience.
Love that. So further, faster, that's the theme. So having a coach, you can go further, faster. And so you are a coach, I am a coach, and we both have coaches, right? So that's,
Actually,
we stand
behind a couple coaches.
Yeah, I think we have a couple coaches, and we have digital coaches too.
Yeah.
And so the idea is, that somebody's gone before you, they've already done it. Why learn the hard way? I know I like to learn the hard way. Probably sometimes you learn the hard way too. But by having a coach, you can take some shortcuts. So can you tell a little bit about some of the businesses that you've had and maybe some success, like stories about how you got success from your coach?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I think so I've started 3 businesses. And if I think back even to the first business I had, my first business was mostly about learning the competence as an entrepreneur, as well as learning some of the tools and resources. So I really leaned on her for that because she was a female coach.
And what was that first business?
Why Yoga.
Why Yoga.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows Why Yoga. So here you go, founder. Yeah.
And I think being a new entrepreneur, having that support allowed me to show up in a whole different way. For the second business, starting Nectar, we had someone who gave us really tangible tools for the operation side. So Nectar is a very complicated business in the back end system. It's like running a restaurant. But some of those tools that we would have had to learn ourselves, having someone there to help us support the tools and then how to use them was also super great.
Yes. Awesome. So confidence, tools, support, getting there faster. I want to share a story about you, Lara, and one of the successes that came out of having Lara as my business coach. When I wanted to sell my hair salon, I already had buyers, and you challenged me to have at least 3 potential buyers on the table. And I wasn't really sure why I was doing it, but I like to, if you're going to hire a coach, you better take their advice, right? Because that's the whole point. And so I was like, okay, let's just, get a few more people on the table. So I started making phone calls to people I thought might be interested in buying my business. And lo and behold, at the very last minute, my original buyers fell out. And I had a week until my lease was about to renew. And out of the ripple effect of that phone call I made to get a new buyer on the table, came a buyer at the last minute, and I was able to sell my salon in a week's time. And so had I not done that action like 6 months before, I may not have sold my business without having to re-sign the lease. And that was my main goal. So sometimes it's those little tiny things that your coach might nudge you to do that are going to save you big trouble at the end of the day. So we're big believers in working with a coach and believing that it's going to get you further faster. I love that. Yeah. That's really what it does, right?
Absolutely. And I think the other piece of it too is, you don't necessarily know at the time your investment in the coaching, how it's going to pay off. So you pay your coach, and then maybe it's 6 months later that you get the reward. Maybe it's a year later, or maybe it's even 5 years. Like, there are pieces that I use from my coaches way back when that are still tools that I use today.
They're still paying off. Yeah. So it's really an investment.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So thanks for joining us today. Just encouraging you to not do it alone. It's so great that we have each other to bounce ideas off, have an accountability partner, have a coach, have mentors, have people that are going to lift you up. so that you're not doing the fight all by yourself, because entrepreneurship is a bit of a struggle, right? So we don't want to do it alone. Any closing words from you?
No, I would just echo that.
Yeah, don't do it alone. Bye for now.